Stop telling yourself that you do not have money to save and start reframing the words that you say to yourself. Growing up, I think many of us were taught the importance of words, the power that they hold over us as well as others. That when we say certain things, they tend to manifest themselves. That is why whenever we want something, we normally say it many times so that we can start to believe it and it can start to happen. That is how powerful words are. Depends on what you believe in, but I just do understand that words have so much power. So on today's video, I want us to look at rephrasing the words that we say in order for us to start approaching our finances in an abundant mindset rather than a lack mindset. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jen on the YouTube streets as well as all my social media platforms. If you do enjoy my content, please make sure that you click that red subscribe button on the bottom. Would love to have you, and also don't forget to smash that like button because it does help to push my videos for more people to see. So let us get into the video. So on today's video, we're going to be looking at the importance of shifting the words that you say in order for you to start living in a space of abundance rather than a space of scarcity. And we are looking specifically on saving. I've seen this a lot when it comes to the way that we speak as people, that we like to say, I do not have this, I do not have money, I do not have this, I am broke. And I feel like it is easy words to use because they fully explain our financial status in that moment. And so we say those words whenever, let's say for instance, our family members are asking for money, or we are being asked to do something, but we can see that in our resources we cannot do that, or we just do not want to do it. What we say is, we'll say we do not have money. But what I'm trying to emphasize on this video is, it is very important that as much as you may say that to other people, do not say that to yourself, because the more that you say that to yourself, you are internalizing it and you are actually implementing it in your finances. You're basically saying it's okay for me to not have resources. It's okay for me to be broke. I know that intentionally it may not be what you want, but the more that you say it to yourself, you are basically living in a space of scarcity. You are pushing yourself deeper and deeper into a space of scarcity. And so it's very important that we shift the way that we say certain things, that we shift that we change the words that we use so that we can start living in abundance rather than a space of lack. Now, as I said, I know that for many of us, when we look at people saving, we understand the importance of saving. If you watch my videos enough, you know that I always emphasize saving. And I know that for you who's watching this, you also know the importance of saving because it's been drilled down in your brain. You understand why it's important to save and you want to save. Maybe you desire to save. However, every time when you look at your resources each and every month, it feels like it's something that is impossible. And for you, maybe you might find yourself saying, I do not have money to save. Yes, I hear you, Jen. You say we must save. But if I'm being honest with you, I do not have money to save. Now, I want you to shift those words and start saying, saving is not a priority right now in my life. There is power in words. That is why I started with that. And as much as these things they say one and the same thing. However, the way that they are phrased, the other one has so much power, it has so much hope, it has so much desire for doing this thing. However, it's just that right now it is not a priority. Rather than a person who says, I do not have money to save, what you're saying there is just, you are basically just cutting yourself off. You are basically just saying it is not possible for me. However, when you start saying saving is not a priority right now in my finances, you are basically saying I do want to save, I do desire to save. It's something that I want for my finances, but right now it is not a priority given the things that I'm dealing with financially. I hope that sinks in. I just hope that it sinks in and it makes sense that as much as these things are saying one and the same thing, but the way that you phrase it, it is so much different. Because now what happens is, the more that you say that to yourself, the more that you say that, okay, I do desire to save. However, right now it is not a priority, because the truth of the matter is the income is there, the money is there. The money is there. You are getting paid. It's not that you are not getting paid. You are getting paid, because if you say, I do not have money to save, it means that you are not getting paid at all, like you have no income. But when you say it is not a priority right now, you are saying, I understand that I get paid each and every month. But looking at my responsibilities each and every month, it is not a priority for me to save. There are things that are far more important for me to deal with in terms of my financial life than to save right now. And so you see, there is a big shift in words right there. And also what you're saying there, you're taking accountability to the fact that I do get income. I do have money. I do get money. However, from the money that I get, I do not think that I can put aside money to save because there are other pressing matters. So you may find that right now you are really just struggling with living hand to mouth in terms of what is coming in is what is going out. Like your resources cannot stretch further than saving. And so for you, saving right now is not a priority. It's not that you do not have money. It is not a priority. Two different things, two different words, but meaning one and the same thing. And what I love about this other part, when you start saying it is not a priority, what you are saying is you are giving yourself room for actually growth. You are giving yourself room that in the future, down the line, when things look so much better, whereby my resources can stretch further enough for me to save, then I'm going to save because I'm going to make saving a priority. And then there are people that you may find that, okay, with their income, as much as they have it, it is just poor planning. And so they will say, I do not have money to save. It's not that you do not have money to save. You may find that when you look into your finances, you can be able to save. It's just that you are not prioritizing very well. When you shift your words to saying, saving for me is not a priority, you can then start looking at, okay, then if saving is not a priority in my finances right now, what is my priorities? What are my priorities? And here I'm talking about people that do earn money that is enough to stretch into saving. However, because of the way that they prioritize their finances, they find themselves not saving. And so what you then start asking yourself is, okay, what are my priorities? That is when you start trying to understand, what am I really spending my money on? And then if you go deeper, you might find that you're spending your money on things that are just fruitless expenditure, things that are not necessary. And so when you start reprioritizing and focusing your attention on the things that are important, you may find that saving ends up becoming a priority in your life. Instead of just saying, I do not have money to save. Because when you constantly say, I do not have money, I do not have money, you are constantly writing yourself off financially. You are basically saying, do not count me, do not count me, do not count me. I've taught myself a very important habit to not speak limiting beliefs into my life, especially when it comes to my finances, because I do not want that to manifest in my finances. And so it's very important to shift your words whenever you're speaking to yourself. You're talking about things that should be building you, that should be taking you further. That look at that and just say, instead of saying I do not have money to save, start saying saving is not a priority right now in my life. And when you start looking at that, you can break it down into even further and look at, okay, what is a priority right now? Priority right now is for me to pay my expenses. It's for me to be able to survive. It's for me to make sure that I have roof over my head. It's for me to make sure that my kids are fed. It's for me to feel like I'm not drowning. And when I look at all these things, saving then is not making top of the list when it comes to my priorities. Maybe later on in my finances, it will make top priority when given the way that my resources will look, as well as my state of life or my state of living. I might find myself that I then prioritize saving. And so I really just want to emphasize that. So I do hope that this video was helpful to you, even though it was short and straight to the point. But I just wanted to emphasize that because it is just one point that you need to shift your words, shift the things that you say, because when you start doing that, you may find that you start moving from operating or living in the space of scarcity and you start living in a space of abundance. With that being said, I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that you found it valuable. The most important thing is that you found it valuable. If you did, please make sure that you smash that like button because it does help with the YouTube algorithm. I'll see you guys on the next one. Please take care and stay safe. Bye.